Hello guys, my name is Sabrina from Failures Creations, and I wanted to show you. So what happens when you have items that you think are great items, but they didn't sell? So I wanted to go over that with you guys real quick of my process. Okay, so my sheet of paper here because I take notes. I want to make sure I remember what people like. Now this item. This is a great item. Yeah, you see that? This did not sell. This started off as $100. Nobody wanted it. Then it went. Right now, this is $50 for this necklace. And so, what I have to think about is it is the materials in this piece. Let me move this out of the way. Is the materials in this piece worth more than that $50? What do you do? Should I break it down, make something else? And here's my thing. Step one, okay, is the beads worth more? Okay, if I sell this for $5, I have more. Um, the cost of the beads are more than $5, so I definitely can't do that. So you think, what's the lowest you can go? Is it two? Is it worth the time to is it worth the time that it took to make it originally versus the time to take everything down to remake something else? And for me, it's not. So I got to strip go to three. So can it be reworked? Okay, so I need to take a look at that. So you know what I found? I have pictures of this on my Facebook page, and let's see how close I can get. There's an imperfection in the way I made it. And if you can see, let me see. I don't know how could well you can see this, but get the but right there and right here is nothing but thread, and every spot where it meets from the collar that it meets the beads going down. There's a spot there, nothing but thread. It's nothing but thread. Okay, so I don't think it would be sold because I think there's an imperfection in this. And they are nice beads. They're not expensive beads, but they're still nice beads. So I don't want to. So now, what the thing is that I'm thinking about right now. Look, you see that? See how easy that pulled there? So this is a poor. Can you see the thread? This is a poor design, and it's poor because of that. It looks like to me, I just strung this around here real quick, good and tight, and because of that, it's suffering. That collar around there is suffering. So before I can think about it, before I can whine about it, guess what I'm going to do? Live TV, people. So I'm gonna cut it. See there? So we have two things: is either this is going to fall all to pieces, or look there. See, it just happened. Let me lower this. Lower this down. That is helpful. Okay. It just pulled right off of there. And it is. Okay, so it's more than that. Can y'all see that? It's just a poor design because it wasn't just this thread that I looped around. This wasn't pulled tight enough. So now there's a lot of breaks right there. So, guys, it's not going to sell. And I'm telling you, while you're thinking about it, you just go on and cut it. Don't just go ahead, cut it, get it over with. Okay, it's broken now, ready to be separated. Separate the beads and make something afresh. So let me put this right here. That hurt me more than it hurt y'all. You know it. Okay, so this piece. Now we are a beach people. We have a swimming pool in the back. We just that's who we are as people. Um, but this piece is not selling. And how I what I think is happening is I think that the shell here is too white. It's too white, too shelly. Wait, let me turn this down. I think that's what's happening with this. Ah, it is. Okay. So it's a too big of a contrast for people. See, it's a shell, but it's a white shell. Um, is the beads worth more? No, no, they're not. Wait a second. No. Is it worth the time to take it apart versus the time it took for me to make it? And honestly, well, the thing of it is with this piece, this is another early piece that I had made. So, but there's not a ton of beads in it like the necklace before that I could really make something else with it. So I think that what I'm going to do is this is going to go to be reworked. Okay, so the blue shell reworked. And who's going to rework it is going to be my husband. He's going to go over. This is I call this my studio, and he call his work area the um. Well, who cares? But so I'm gonna have him paint blue in it, and then maybe put some resin on top. And guys, I'll get back with you to see how well that went. But that's going to go to the rework pile for my husband. Oh, this is a quick one. We don't have to go through these steps. This is my work bucket here. But this right here, I think I don't think this is quite long enough. Um, and actually, I don't think this has been placed out to be sold. So I really just think the only thing wrong with this is that it needs to be just a little longer. I think maybe somewhere, I don't know, maybe somebody's seen it in my work bucket when I go to stores to put the new stuff in. But I really think that's what it is. I think it's just not quite long enough because I don't see nothing wrong with it. Again, you can tell my newer stuff versus my older stuff. Oh, this is another older stuff. So what do you do? Now, this is so many things is wrong with this now that I'm looking at it. For one, this piece in the middle. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to the steps. Is the beads worth more? And the answer is very quickly, yeah. The beads is worth more than yeah. See that's going to be a check for me. The combination beads is what I'm getting at. So we have this Zealand crystal and these beads, which have discolored in time. This looks more like an antique bead. Am I bothering you? You don't hear me. And then these beads down here is Swarovski. This was a total mismatch of beads. So that will have to be taken apart. So um, so we are right here with this one. We'll stop at number one. Okay, so that's going to be in my rework. Oh, one more thing. In the this rope, again, the beads. That may end up even being thrown. Okay, so this necklace, I was in a flower mood. So all of these, I got well, I had stuff when I did the collection, a lot of necklaces and bracelets and stuff with the flowers here. And I love it. Let's see the price. The price was $45 for it. And so there was two things that I happened to realize is that this band isn't as long. So it'll go over my head. It'll go over my head um, if my hair is braided up. Okay. So I'm hoping that if I just cut these off, so that's my first step. Is the beads worth more? There's a lot of very very good beads in here, especially them beads. Oh, I love them, and they always sell pretty well. So the beads are worth a lot. There is some um okay, and you see these daggers, the yellow beads. So the bead quality is great in this one. I think what could be getting to people is these flowers just bouncing around. So let's take the scissors to it. That is definitely going to be the name of this, is take the scissors to it. Okay, so we're going to oh my God, take a deep breath and just cut. Just things happen. And when I design my jewelry, I make sure that it's done in parts. So I would have done this flat part of the necklace. Then I would have gotten new string, made a good knot, did this bottom tassels, and then cut the string and do the flowers, because you don't know if something needs to come apart. Okay, so again, if I don't do it now, I promise you it won't be done. It will not be done. I will find a reason to keep it on there, and I've went through the steps. I know what's right, what I should do, and what I shouldn't do. Okay, so there we go. So this is going to be technically reworked. I'm gonna have to go in there and cut that off of there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know if I will put on and that needs to be, go ahead and pluck it off if your scissors didn't get all the string or anything, but all that needs to be cut off. But I really think this should be reworked. So the beads are worth a lot. That's a check. Is it worth the time that I put into it to just keep it and rework it? And the answer is yes. This took a good amount of time. So, and can it be reworked? And the answer is I really think it could be. We got rid of the flowers on there, and we can put either more flowers, maybe even acrylic flowers. So in the rework pile. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the rework pile over here. This is the trash pile. And this is a very quick, again, this is in my go through thing. I like this. But my rule number one is thread showing. And I think maybe one should be poor design. It happens. And I think that's what this falls into. It's a poor design. Let's see what price it was. $20. There is no way I spent no. This is going to be the dismantled. Now, when I put a pair of earrings in my little box here, it really means probably there's one longer than the other one, and they just need to be the whole. When you do that loop, sometimes you can do them unevenly. They could be an imperfection in the earrings, and you know what? Right away, I don't know if you guys can see that, but right away is the earrings findings. You see. trying to see if I can show you guys. You see how that one's longer than the other one? Move it around. See how that's longer? So they just need to be reworked. And my last one, I saved this for last because when I'm gonna leave that there. You know what? Let me read. I'm gonna go over this one more time. Uh-oh. So that was this is another one where if the inside design, so this was made like this. You see that? I promise you guys that's the best way to go when you design something. Design it to where, if it don't work out, if this color could have been very well just to match the color in this. And I really think it was. That's why I picked it out. So do it to where, you can rework something for another project. And hopefully this come and it does. Look at there. Look, that's really pretty. That's a real pretty one. So that did great. That did really great. So we're going to throw this. And this is my last one. I want everybody to just take a minute while I'm cleaning this up to look at that. Just look in and just soak it in. Soak it in. Why did that not sell? It's $15. And if you the more I look at it and the more I'm sure you can see it as well, is that, there it is a poor design. These are they can't be see how they kind of wiggle here and there. But I want to show you something that you always got to think about when you have units. I am unit. That is my middle name when I design. So this is my packet of which this may need to be a little bigger. Let me see. Yeah, let's see if I can find something bigger. You know what? I'm just going to use this so I can show you guys. So let's go back to it. This is, I think, a poor design. 2, is the beads worth it? No. There's nothing about these beads or this whole thing that no. And can it be reworked? And I really think it can be reworked. I think it can be reworked by putting it, doing some kind of upholstery beading. Because I can see, let's see the side that because I can see doing this, snipping this off. So we have a what kind of shape is that? It's kind of like straight, straight, straight block. And I'm really want to just draw out the like overextend, make it more noticeable, this design. So that way I can plan something. And we know we have something in the middle, and then we have this thing where it goes like this. Okay, so that's what we have. There is room in the middle of these beads that other beads can be placed. You know what, guys? My next video. That's why I left this for last. This is going to be hopefully one of my next videos that I'll show you is how I turned this pair of earrings, that did not sell at 15 bucks. I mean, 15 bucks is a good price. They're really pretty and bright. It's the back of it. That's the back of it. You know what? That looks a little better. When I turn this around, it looks like that middle bead there is sitting up. It looks like almost like an oyster in its shell cup. When I turn it around, and that could be nice too. So anyway, guys, so let's go over how I do it. And take the scissors to it. Is it a poor design? Is that the reason why it didn't sell? Is the beads worth more? Is it worth more to take it apart and have that to use that bead, or in another project? Huh? Um, is it worth the time to take it apart versus the time it took to make it? I'm not going to spend 2 weeks on a project and, it don't sell in a year or two and then take the whole thing apart. No, I'm not going to do it. So is it worth the time to redo it? And then can it be reworked? It is nice to have a piece that you can rework. So, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like it, and subscribe to it. If you want more content, how I make money from selling jewelry, please let me know in the comments what you would like to see. Until next time, continue beating.